Good morning, my fellow designers and bloggers. Well, Happy New Year. Here we are again. This is January. I'm not quite sure what date it is. I don't even know anymore. And today we are going off to Chelsea Design Centre, which is in the harbour. It's basically London, effectively. We're going to get there by a couple of tubes. It's sort of a bit out of the way, but it's where all the design professionals go from London to have a look at carpets, furniture, fabric, and everything else. It has a sort of new incarnation and new people joining it all the time. It's actually being enlarged as we speak, which is going to go down well with all the design professionals like myself. We are off having a look at some rugs today. So there's a couple of different places I want to go to. Hopefully they will allow me to film so I can show you exactly what's going on there. But let's get started with the day and see how we get on. Whilst I've been away over Christmas and the New Year, I have been tidying up some paperwork, getting a few other things sorted that I needed to get sorted, ready for this coming year. I have a meeting at the Sloane Square job, which is coming up this Thursday. That's just to go over a few things. I've written a spreadsheet for the clients, so they've got everything that they need as far as like the rundown of the scope of work, and we're just going to go through that on Thursday to make sure we have everything that we need, so I can go off to the builders and say, price this little lot up, and we'll see exactly what the figure's going to be. I haven't spoken about my figures yet for her, but that will come later once we know the scope of work, so I can actually put a figure that's correct against the work that's going to be done. Good times. Okay, so we've arrived Chelsea Harbour. There's lots of building work going on here. I don't know if you can actually even see a lot of the high rises that have gone up over the last few years, and there's more going on. I think you can sort of see behind me masses of building work. This has become quite a popular area to live. It was never always this way, but it is at the moment. Let's go inside and see what changes have been made, because as I said, this is the best place to go for designers in London.
So the first thing I see is this shop here. It used to be just a bookshop, now it's got homewares in as well, and precious little books, I'm sorry to say. So the Chelsea Design Centre has a sample sale going on at the moment. Usually it's for trade only to be at the beginning, and then consumers can go in, so the general public. Once you go through, you're in a labyrinth. So you can walk down corridors, it's on different levels. There's lifts going up and down, obviously stairs as well, and there's loos as well. And everything opens up, and you can just walk through and go into all the different stores and shops that there are. Naturally, there's a directory, so you can find everything that you need to find both inside and outside the centre. And inside Stark Carpet, here's some chocolates. They always provide you with chocolates in these places, and pencils, so you can write down your notes. That's my material at the end there, ready to be schemed. And I quite like the look of these hexagon-shaped samples that they have here on the tabletop. These are always really good to have a look at, see exactly how soft they are, and also just to see all the information about them. So you can see here, you can see that it's made of silk, that's why it's so soft. It's from China, and you can take notes and take photographs if you need to, but that's looking really good. Now for the Reading job, I'm looking for a couple of rugs, as we know. So I'm looking for something that has got a very flat weave pile, so nothing too chunky, nothing too fluffy, and as you can see there's lots to choose from. This is quite a good one here. The colour is lichen, which I thought was quite nice. I wonder whether it's a little bit too boring. I quite like the look of it. Obviously you can see here it comes in different colourways, and they're all hung up nicely, a bit like these here. So these are more traditional. I don't think we'll be going for any of these, but you can see exactly how they're all woven together, so you can see the different colourways and the different textures in the showroom here. This is quite a nice one, and I think the client actually would like the look of that one as well, because it's not too modern but not too traditional. So I think this one could be quite an interesting one to actually have a look at. The other ones you can see here, all the different work. That one's got a red dot on it, which means that it's going out of stock. So you won't want really to choose anything from this pile, but they do have them just in case you want something made bespoke, which is good. And you can see the different lattice work, the different details that they do on the other side as well. And I quite like the hexagons here in the corner. They're quite interesting to show that one to her and see what she thinks about that. Now this is quite a kamikaze one here right at the end. I'm talking about this one over here. I don't think the colours are going to be quite right, which is why it's handy, why you should bring along your fabric samples, which is what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to throw it up now. So this is just to show you. Obviously this doesn't go with this at all. One is very abstract and modern, the other is very classic. But it's good to see, just to see exactly whether your eye is off at all when you're actually pairing fabric colours and carpet colours together. So it's quite smart, but never mind that. Look, I quite like these ones right down the bottom here. These ones, these are looking really interesting. It's quite a nice mix. I think it's quite a nice mix, both of colour and of design. So I think if we have a look at these laying down flat, these are the two colourways. That one in particular I like, which is quite nice. The blue I think is the favourite, but there's also this one as well. So it'd be interesting to see exactly which ones that she prefers. They're not too thick. You need to have a look at the consistency, so you need to get really quite close and have a look and exactly see what the pile is like. Close up just to see exactly what the texture is. Take a good look at rugs and carpets and make sure you keep all of your fabrics with you so you can actually see them in situ. It's well worth doing. Remember that's the curtain colour that we've got at Reading. So we need to see it and to make sure that it actually fits together with both that and notably the blue of the velvet. Remember we have a border in this on this, so that's the velvet border, so that's what the carpet is going to sit next to. Very important to get that one right. And finally on the rugs, this is Militus, again by Stark. It's actually a really pretty green. She's not keen on green, but actually it looks remarkably good with this, and it's not too strange. So that's a distinct possibility for the bedroom. Now into Philip Jeffries for some paper. I'm particularly looking for something with a little bit of texture but not too much texture, and no one does it better than Philip Jeffries. So as you can see here, there's some beautiful fabric papers. That's glazed Abaca. I've had something similar to that before. All the information is on the back as per usual. How about some velvet? This looks lovely. Imagine that in sort of a beautiful emerald green. That would be fabulous on the wall. This is the great thing about looking at these things. This, you see all the new things that have come out. So this is new. This is wood. So this is what it would look like if you actually had it on the wall. But it's actually smooth. It's actually really lovely. Quite interesting if you want to do some wood panelling. And of course they have things like ostrich skin, except it's not ostrich skin, it's vinyl. But it's done in the form of ostrich skin, comes in lots of different colours. And you can see there, when you look on the back, the important things to look for is the name, obviously what it is. You can see whether it's washable. The lead time is really important because obviously it's coming from the US, so it will take some time to get to you. But you have to look at exactly what the minimum quantities are if you're going to order some of this stuff. But it's, again, well worth having a look at. So that's the ostrich, maybe an ostrich wall possibly coming up. They've got lots of other different things going on as well at the moment, some of the new stuff, which looks amazing. So this basically just comes in one design, so it's almost like you're buying a panel, very much like a mural. So that's one aspect to it. There's plenty more on their website, but obviously they're known for these particular grass papers, and they come in hemp, cotton, there's linen, they're all sort of made, handmade together. So they're great to do. So it's well worth a visit if you want something interesting on your walls.
So that's it from the Chelsea Design Centre. I'm now off to my next appointment. So that's really gives you a snapshot of what it's like in there. A pity we couldn't film everywhere, because there's tends to happen. Actually, it's one of those things when you go into different places, they have different rules, and in this particular case the rule was health and safety. That's right, I'm unhealthy and it's clearly not safe, so I can't go in there, so it's a bit of a problem, but that's how it goes. Of course, one of the interesting things about going to these places is you not only do you see all the new stuff, but you see what other people are asking for. So there are plenty of people both in Stark, where the carpets were, and in Philip Jeffries, people that are asking for different things. And obviously Philip Jeffries in particular has such a wide range of stuff that everybody tends to go there, but it is so good. It's one of the industry's best, and I don't think I know any interior designer that doesn't use it. So I would heartily recommend going to them. And Stark, of course, they're a US company, so you will find them over there, but they're really worth looking into. So it's lunchtime here in London. I'm going to grab some food and then on to the next appointment.